Good day, Rusk enjoyers. Hope you're doing alright, because it's time to have a very special video. Now, at the end of this video, there's a very big surprise for you, the viewer. I'd like to ask for your opinion. What is it about? Look in the description, you can skip ahead if you want, chapters are all there. But the main focus of this video, though, is to talk about the 10-year anniversary of the Rust Workshop, and seeing the first skins being made by skin creators being accepted in Rust stores. Week in, week out, every single week, skin creators are hard at work making some lovely looking pixels, lovely looking Rust skins, and we're always questioning, which one's going to be accepted. I normally talk about what might potentially be a nice investment, but no, today we're here to specifically look at and appreciate all the hard work that's been put into the skins from the very beginning, and we can talk more about how things have progressed over time. So, to get started, how did everything come together? How did everything initially start off with Rust skins? Back to the past we'll go. 10 years ago, on the 30th of July 2015, Gary uploads devblog 71. Now, you'll see him showcasing the development of Rust. We're only about 2 years in at this specific point. So, some very nice looking walls there, yes. But of course, you'll see the talk in regards to the Rust Workshop. Gary had intentions to have skins for Rust, and he wanted it to be similar to like Counter-Strike, or back then CSGO. But he also wanted a store like the Manco store in TF2. That was his goal, that was his intention. And with the workshop now up and running, as you can see here, you can make some shirt skins. Some very strange looking designs, yes. But from here, just a week or so later, community update, immediately, loads of people jumped in and started to make some very cool looking skins. Oh look, Milho Frito. Oh, that's looking pretty interesting. That's a nice looking hoodie. But also, many other skin creators of the past, just getting their first attempts in, just making some cool looking designs. Initially, it's quite grounded, a lot of survival style skins. If only they could see how things turned out 10 years later. But overall, a lot of people were giving it a good try. And well, on the 20th of August 2015, the very first Rust store in which skin creators, with their own produced skins, they saw their skins being accepted. Now, earlier in July, we did see the initial batch of Rust skins, but they are made by Face Punch, and I'll show that off in a second. But yeah, not every single picture loads in anymore in this blog post, but the very first few skins, they made it in, and well, since then, how many skins have we seen in Rust now? So, a solid estimate in regards to the total amount of skins we currently have in Rust, it has to be between 4,000 to 5,000 skins. That does include Twitch drops. Now, to hear quite a lot of skins, that's quite alarming, isn't it? But then again, it has been 10 years. Every week we see a brand new Rust store, which you can see, like so, with the current Rust store. A very special complete the sets right there, because of course it's the 10-year anniversary. But also take into consideration, we also get Twitch drops like every other month or so. So yeah, it adds up. And every week we keep seeing some very cool looking skins being uploaded, and we cross our fingers and hope we see them being accepted. You can dispute in the chat if you're happy with the current skins being accepted. But anyway, lots of skin creators over the past 10 years, they have put hard work in, and we have seen some very cool collections develop, and we've seen some very cool skins be appreciated. I can confirm up to around 400 skin creators have contributed to skins being accepted into Rust over the past decade, and that is madness, isn't it? So, I can only sit here and say, keep an eye on the workshop. Keep track of all the interesting skins being submitted. Consider voting yes or no if you like them or not. Keep an eye out. You never know what might be coming out next. Quite literally. So let's go back to the past. Here we are, the August 2015 Rust store. Now, as I said, I did point out that initially there were some other skins, accepted beforehand, but these were all made by Face Punch. In fact, if you look at all these jackets here, all these shirts, you might realise, hang on a minute. Aren't those the skins we get like every other few months as a random free skin? Yes. All the Face Punch skins are those skins, with an extra couple included, like the tempered AK-47. So, okay. So initially, jackets, t-shirts, pants skins. Okay, pretty cool. Then you had the first hoodie, beanie, boot skins. That's cool. First baseball cap skins. But August 2015 was the very first Rust store where we saw skin creators getting skins accepted. Now here's an interesting detail. Unfortunately, all these skin creators, except, well, one, They're no longer involved with Rust. Maybe they could make a return, you never know. But for some of these skin creators, let's just say they probably went on to other things, I guess you could say. Oh, Gary, you could have done so much more of that collection. There were so many interesting things that could have been built up more. Face Punch, if you're watching this, please make that a Twitch drop. I think everybody will greatly appreciate that. Just saying. Anyway, so we had a pretty interesting batch of skins initially. And now I want to go ahead and showcase to all of them to you. So we'll highlight all the skins. And then a little bit later, I'll showcase something very special to you. All right? Or special to me to show to you. So, looking at all the skins here, let me point out, if you were to look them on the workshop, because it's so long ago, I'm not 100% sure in regards to why this has happened, but we don't even have a subscriber count. All of these skins back then, they don't have subscriber counts. Now, you could look at SCMM, for example, and it'll give you a rough estimate in regards to what it thinks is currently available. But that's not a guarantee. Subscriber counts typically would be a nice indicator, at the bare minimum, how many people bought the skin, for example, with current Rust stores. But with these older skins, unfortunately, we do not see that detail. Only the skin creators would know. But most of them aren't around anymore. So, yeah, okay, that might be a little bit of a problem. So, yeah, I guess I'll just go through all these skins as they're presented, and I'll try and keep it reasonably efficient. I'll just put like a set on multiple mannequins in-game. We'll give them all a good look. You can tell me if you happen to appreciate them, if you happen to like them. But I'll give you both the links on SCMM and on Rust Help, so you can go see these for yourself and maybe consider buying some, because they're not actually that expensive. Well, some. You've got to remember, this was the very first Rust store. And I don't know if all of these skins are or are not, you know, loot crate droppable. They might be incredibly rare. You probably didn't realise that. Oh no, what have I done? I'll point this out to people. Well, I mean, it's up to you. But again, we don't know if they are or are not loot crate droppable. So, let's jump in now and showcase all these skins. And by mannequins, I meant these. So, let's get up nice and close and enjoy the skins. The first batch of workshop skins to be accepted in Rust Store on August 20, 2015, 10 years ago. Get a good look at that long sleeve t-shirt skin. This is the green checkered long sleeve t-shirt. We don't see many of these anymore, do we? No. So, let's pan around. It needs a wash. But a lot of these older skins, as I said just a little bit earlier, they're very, like, survival themed. So, look, this guy, he's not bothered that it's got a bit of blood in it. It's a bit dirty. He needs to put it on so he can stay warm. It's cold out here. Now, over to here. Punk rock pants. Get a good look at that. Pretty cool looking design. They don't really appear to be, like, very reflective. Not really, but I don't think it matters. Again, he's got to wear whatever he can. And then over to here, punk rock boots. Not super easy to see, but yeah, nice cool pair of black boots with red laces. Protective toe, I believe, or just a stylish choice. Looking pretty sweet, so yeah. If you like that, feel free to comment below. And now, let's move on to the next batch of skins. Hacker Valley Veteran t-shirt. Again, we don't see that many t-shirt skins anymore, do we? No, we do not. Would you like to see it happen? Do you even need to wear t-shirts anymore? They probably have become redundant, and Face Punch most likely would know. Why would they accept more skins as something that doesn't get used that much? You can dispute that if you want, feel free to comment below. And yes, get a good look at these blue track pants. I remember buying these ages ago, because they're the only blue pants we had in the game. But of course, since then, we've had a few, like, more. Azul, Skull Killer. Still, at the end of the day, not that many. And over to here. This right here is the Scavenged Sneaker Boots. Who have you been kicking in the head? Oh, God. I hope that's mud. But yeah. Get a good look at that. So. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's get up nice and close. Established 2013, Face Punch Studios. Ah, pretty cool. Right, then over to here, we have another long sleeve t-shirt. This is the Sign Painter. Yes, quite artistic. Yes, very much so. Yes, lovely. And then over to here, the first sleeping bag made by Skin Creator, the Blue Plate sleeping bag. Now, this is actually kind of pricey. It's like $9. I don't know how many of these exist in game. Well, you know, inventories and all that. That's what I meant to say. Sorry about that. But yeah, a nice vintage skin of the past. Do you like it? Again, it looks like it needs a wash. Let's now move over to here. Whoosh. And get a good look at some other skins. Because now we've got some headwear. So, the t-shirt we're wearing over to here now. This right here is the Murderer t-shirt. In fact, let's just move the sun around. Come on. Make it look nice and pretty. There we go. So, again, a little bit dirty, but still nice and stylish. The very first skins to be accepted into Rust from skin creators. And now we have a Rasta beanie. Hey, at least there's some cool variety. But funnily enough, again, like the long sleeve t-shirts in general, we haven't been seeing that many beanie hat skins as of recent. Would you like to see more? If anything, you the viewer, comment below. What would make for a very cool looking beanie hat skin? Think about it. Now over to here. That's a very nice helpful shirt you got on there, buddy. We have the Target Practice t-shirt. Get a good look at that. And then we'll rise up. Oh, his eyes are a bit broken there. We have the Rescue cap. No, seriously, mate, you need to go sort out your eyes out. Oh my. That's just a glitch in Rust, unfortunately. He's just going to have to sit there and look scary. So, okay, yeah, looking pretty cool, looking pretty sweet. And then, this is actually a pretty funny combination. So this shirt, this is the Skull and Bones t-shirt. Quite edgy. But then, with this very nice looking balaclava. Oh yes, look at that. How nice. Why has he got blood in him? You don't need to know. So yeah, that's looking pretty cool. And then over to here. This is the varsity jacket. It's actually a long sleeve t-shirt. And I reckon he's quite patriotic. Yeah. A very patriotic, what do you call him? Jock? I don't know. I'm not American. So yeah, looking pretty cool. Now, if we could just quickly, you know, change the time a little bit. Come on, disappear, son. They're not that reflective. These are older skins. Took a while for us to actually see, like, glow-in-the-dark skins become a common sight. But yeah, get a good look at these. Get a good look at that. Get a good look at all of these. And then, over to here. Not very reflective. Not all of them that bright. So, thoughts? That's just like the first batch of skins. We still have another set to go. How do all of these look at night time? Oh, okay. Well, can't see a thing. Yeah, I can't even see the sleeping bag. I hope I'm looking at it. Oh yeah, yeah. Point made. So, yeah, not very reflective. None of them glow. If you're concerned, again, get a good look at that. We do have a bit of light over there, but you can clearly see. No, none of these glow. Okay, well then. Shall we now go ahead and take a look at the other batch of skins? Okay, batch number 2. Let's go. Right. So over to here we have the Vishivanka t-shirt. Yeah. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. But I can sit here and say it's a very nice stylish looking skin. And then over to here. Well, that's the first ever boonie hat, if I can recall. At least made by a skin creator, we can confirm that. The farmer's hat. Now, out of all the skins in this, well, first initial Rust store, to this day, it is currently the most expensive skin. Just under $20 at the moment. Ooh, pretty interesting. Now over to here. Well, you know what? I've been having this problem recently. The skins, they just don't load in properly. I don't have the Where's the texture? I have a missing texture t-shirt here. Unbelievable. But I'm joking. That's quite literally what it is. So yeah, a fun, goofy, silly design. Now let me tell you, on the Rust Workshop, every now and then, I always see someone making this type of design. Looks like it's a one-time thing, let me put it that way. But yeah, pretty goofy, pretty silly. And then, over to here, this has been getting quite a lot of love recently, because we just recently had the jungle update. Well, I mean, a few months ago. But a lot of green clothing and armor was being greatly appreciated. And this long sleeve t-shirt here, This went all the way up to about $20 if I can recall. And to this day, it's still like $13. Very cool looking design. Lovely looking, artwork there. That definitely must have taken some time. Right, then over to here. We have even more to show. This right here is the Frankenstein sweater. And my goodness. Grandma, couldn't you have done a better job putting this all together? But yes. Get a good look at that. Lots of various bits of clothing pieces all stitched together. Making the best of it, I guess you could say. But hey, it's still made with love. Now over to here. Oh my, I hope I won't see you in my dreams. This right here is the Nightmare Sweater. If you know what it's referencing, you can comment below. If only we got like the claws and the hat and the weird face. Well, face punch, it's up to you. Halloween's just around the corner. But yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. And over to here. Why, this is the Smile t-shirt. I think if a lot of people did that when they played Rust, it'd probably be a lot more enjoyable. Yeah, you know what? We don't see that much colour yellow, do we? It's just occurred to me, we don't actually see that much colour yellow. Blue and yellow, bit odd. Skin creators, if you're watching, well, looks like you might have some inspiration. And then, of course, the ever so lovely Face Punch t-shirt. Made by Mr. Gary Newman. Oh, you might know of him. Being the man who made Rust. Oh my. So, okay, if you're watching this, Gary, please be honest. Was it you, or was it an intern? You know what, I'll sit here and say, can we get some shorts? Some shorts would go very nice with this. It's still the summer. I mean, the environment here probably ain't making sense, but no, seriously, it'd be cool if we got some Face Punch shorts. Be pretty sweet. So, yeah, cool. That was all the skins. Did you enjoy them? Which one stood out to you the most? Hey, hang on a minute. Did we miss one? And there it is. That right there is the bloody hoodie. And I did purposely save this for last, and don't worry, I'll explain myself. This is made by Milho Frito. And out of all the skin creators that made all of these skins for this very first Rust store, which had, skin creator skins, is the only skin creator that stuck around for the past 10 years. Week in, week out, putting in constant work, making some very cool looking skins, producing some very cool looking collections that I'm sure a lot of you do appreciate. To get a good look at this hoodie, again, like all the other clothing we've just seen, kind of needs a bit of a wash or two, doesn't it? Yeah. Why is it covered in blood? Don't worry, it's not mine. That's all good. But if you've seen the very special Rust store we just had, the August 21, 2025 Rust store, which just so happened to be a very special 10-year anniversary complete the sets Rust store, we saw a bit of a surprise. We saw a nice collection continuation for this, didn't we? Let's go ahead and put all of that on. So, just to clarify, the hoodie and the boots, they were both accepted in 2015. Boots are accepted like the next batch of skins. For those pair of pants, they've been in the workshop since early September 2015. Now, I've actually been talking to Milho Frito quite a lot these past few months. I approached him with an interesting idea. The main point of the idea was, we're getting closer and closer to the 10-year anniversary of Rust skins made by skin creators. And I kind of approached him and said, now you want to go ahead and try and resubmit your bloody pants? It'd be an awesome thing to see, It'd be a great idea for like, a nice continuation. Everything lines up perfectly. Hoodie, accepted. 10 years ago, very first Rust store. And for the 10-year anniversary, we finally see the pants. Initially, he wasn't really up for it. And, I accept that. Because, again, you've got to make your pair of pants there look exactly like your 2015 quality work. And with all due respect, he has definitely improved over time. But, yeah. Turns out, perhaps someone else must have thought of the idea. I definitely brought up the idea of it quite some time back in the official Rust Skin Making Discord. And I'm happy to see it actually came to fruition. A very special token, a very special skin to highlight the dedication and hard work that many skin creators have put over the past 10 years, making some absolutely wonderful looking pixels. Now again, don't you like the camouflage? Yeah, it's alright, it's just having a little bit of blood. Gotta go just put in the wash, that's all. But yeah, props to Milho, and props to every single skin creator over the past 10 years. Thank you very much for all your dedication, for all your, hard work. The very strange, wonderful, silly, and fun designs you've made for skins. Chat, YouTube, feel free to comment below. which of your skins is your most favourite? Which collection is your most favourite? And now, let me just quickly showcase to you the past 10 years of Mr. Milho Frito. So I'm an SCMM, and you can actually click the little icons, the little avatars for the skin creators, and it'll show you all the skins they've had accepted in the past. Over 200 skins, over 10 years. Here's bloody Hoodie. You got the boots. Hey, ammo, wooden box, and first aid. Don't we get those for free now? Well, you also get the tempered AK-47 if you're lucky enough for free. Yep. Tempered collections, some various cool looking designs right there. Pretty fun one right there. Scroll up. Oh look, one of the first glow-in-the-dark skins we ever got, the aircraft parts fridge, along with the Yellow Racer collection, aircraft parts collection, Devourer, one of the first Python skins to be added to the game. Cool looking revolver, some pretty interesting designs right there. Mr. Gingerbread, that is one of the first ever Christmas collections we ever saw being added to Rust. Lots of cool designs right there. And then it gets silly. Camouflage, yep, he also makes camouflage collection. Be cosplay, yep, more gingerbread. And then Ladybug collection, various Twitch drops. Get a good look at all of those. Some of them you probably got them for absolutely free. And we got like tempered armor. We've got more continuations. There's Ladybug again. More Twitch drops. More camouflage. Frog cosplay. More gingerbread. Constant skins. Week in, week out. Lots of hard work. Lots of very nice designs. Chameleon collection. And even more Twitch drops. Keeps on going. All the way up to this point. We saw the extra special bloody pants being made on the night of August 21, 2025. And they were readily prepared to be added to this very special Rust store that you see right here. So, once again, thank you to all the skin creators. Thank you very much to Mr. Milho Frito as well. And if I could just quickly navigate over to here, I can point out, like, over the years, we've had some pretty interesting collections. No Mercy collection with 38 skins in total, totaling over $700. That is the largest collection in Rust. Followed by the Neon collection. Originally, it was just the storages, but then we've got small boxes, lockers, garage doors, fridges, you name it. Tempered collection right there from Mr. Milho Frito. Blackout collection, Rainbow Pony, loads and loads and loads of cool looking collections right there. I'll link that in the description. You can see that for yourself. Just to remember, Rust Market initially starts there. Click Rust items, you get all the special little details. You can also see the skin creators that got the most, skins accepted over time. Bad Trip, Little Ranger, Milho Frito, Mishka, Xtab, Mr. Lacamp, Johnny Old Boy, Diva Dan, MDE, Dark Vitalik, and many, 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 many more. So with this very first Rust store, there's the beginnings of so much more. Did you happen to buy any of them way back when? Comment below. I'd love to hear your opinions, your thoughts, and whatnot. And so, if I could just quickly point out, I've been fully well aware of all the work Mr. Milho Frito has done over the past 10 years. Lots of very cool collections, lots of very cool designs. I'm sure you've been appreciating them. But it occurred to me that I needed to approach someone with the idea I had. And this is where I'm going to reveal the surprise. Over the past few years, I've been on Twitch, I've been making videos for YouTube, and I've been showcasing skins, pixels, you name it. Showcasing them, keeping you up to date with all the details, talking about investments. I've picked up quite a community. I've got a Discord full of very strange people. I'll say that in a nice way. And the topic of a Twitch drop has definitely been brought up to me many, many times. From my own chat, from my own community, and even from people I've met in events. Over to here, I'm taking part in the Breast Cancer Research Foundation event. I was speaking to Mr. Jack Shepherd there. And even he was like, come on, Hedge. You're always keeping people up to date with the skins. You can look at my face there. Like, I don't know how to compute. Oh, look at all that hair. Anyway, so many people keep bringing it up to me. But I do kind of have this sense of, I guess you could say, imposter syndrome. Now, if you don't know what that is, I just never really felt like I truly deserved one. But I always had an idea, and I talk about it here. I always thought about getting a vending machine, looking like the Rust store. And I thought it'd be a great way to also sit there and say thank you to all the skin creators, because to be honest with you, if there was no skin creators, what would Hedge have to showcase and yap about? Yeah. I'm just being real with you. So I do sincerely mean this. Thank you very much to all the skin creators. Thank you very much for producing some very cool, lovely, awesome looking skins. Whether they are silly, whether they are just really nice to look at, whether they might be very useful camouflage skins, you get it. For every single one of them, for every single skin creator, thank you so much for all the effort. And now, I ask you, the viewer, can I ask you for your opinion? Once I realised that the 10-year anniversary was coming up, everything started lining up quite nicely. And then I started asking around to skin creators I know. And it just so happened, I spoke with Mr. Milho Frito, and he didn't know about the 10-year anniversary. And then we realised, hang on a minute, you were there since day one, Milho? He was very happy to me pointing out he's quite old. But he offered to do it for free once I told him this idea. And I'm very grateful for that. And I really do appreciate the help you've given me, Mr. Milho Frito. Thank you so much for this. I might have glazed you a little bit too much in this video, but with all due respect, he's made some pretty cool looking collections, and I'm sure you could agree, viewer. And so, me and Milho Frito, we got together and we made a lovely plaque. I'm sure a lot of you are going to greatly appreciate, with a lovely message saying, with great thanks to the many skin creators who got their skins accepted in the past decade. I'm sure a lot of you will greatly appreciate putting that on your walls, inside your bases, in-game, and always showing your gratitude to the wonderful skins we've seen in the past 10. Come on now. If Hedge were to get a Twitch drop, what item would be the most befitting for him? I think a very cool looking vending machine would be the perfect fit for the likes of me. And so, I now ask you a very good question. Which of these vending machine designs do you prefer the most? We're going to showcase both of them, don't you worry. But let's just quickly talk about the design. So of course, I knew months beforehand we're leading towards the 10-year anniversary of the first skins in, well, made by skin creators in a Rust store. And I was trying to figure out what would I want to do. Now, over the past couple of years, I've always kind of had this idea. I thought maybe a rug might be better, but you know what? I need to get signatures from all the skin creators to say thank you. I wanted to go for a selfless design. Now, I don't know everybody, unfortunately. Remember, there's probably about 400 skin creators that have contributed to skins that have been accepted into Rust. We have about 4,000 to 5,000 skins. Yeah. But I did get a hold of 70. So I've got 70 signatures all on display, all around on this. And thank you very much to all the people that did contribute their signatures. Some of you have made some very cool looking designs. Now, I didn't get a hold of everyone. Some of you might be watching me right now. Don't worry, guys. Look, listen. I've got more than enough. In fact, we got to a point where it was becoming a bit of a struggle just trying to fit all of them in. I made sure at the back we had that lovely message. I want to make sure that it was nice and open to everyone. So if you didn't have the time to take part, or if you didn't know about it, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm still grateful for all the work that you put in. So, let's just get a little bit closer. I wanted a design that looked like the Rust store, at least on browser. But this did adapt over time, and I'm still fine with it. Like, I quite literally wanted it to look like the Rust store. Like, you know, when we do the abnormal barders, I'm always looking at the Rust store just before I do the actual abnormal barders and whatnot. Well, why do we have blue? That's not like the Steam, you know, the Rust store, is it? Well, it's looking like the Steam Market, isn't it? That's Steam Market blue. And we have a little bit of Steam Market green right there as well. A lovely little reference, a lovely little Easter egg. You might notice the moths there as well. If you watch my streams, you'd know we have a bit of a problem with moths. They do not leave me alone, it's a problem. So, of course, a nice glow-in-the-dark vending machine, surely moths would want to, like, rest upon it, attracted by the light. It makes sense. Got a lovely little message here for Ruskin enjoyers. Are you a Ruskin enjoyer? You've got to comment below, you're going to say it. For all the Ruskin enjoyers watching this video right now, please tell me, with all the skins from the past decade, what is your most favourite skin? What is your most favourite collection? Speaking of collections, I did bring it up. Milho Frito over the past decade, he has contributed to many, 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 many collections. And when it came to figuring out, okay, what skins are we actually going to sell here? I thought the most appropriate thing would to ask Milho, hey, can I just ask for yours? A lot of people might be upset if I pick some myself, but if I just did Milho Frito's ones, it kind of makes sense, considering the, you know, the projects we've been working on together. I thought, let's use your skins. He didn't want to do it initially, but I was like, if I don't use yours, everyone's going to moan at me if I pick some myself. And now, the choices of skins. basically, if you've kept track of all the Rust stores we see and recent batch of Twitch drops, I'm sure a lot of people would greatly appreciate an AK-47 and a hoodie and another AK-47 and a garage door and yet another, AK-47. Oh, we can't get enough of AK-47s, can we? Yeah, I thought that'd be a funny little joke. But still, it's nice to have actual skins on display there. So once again, thank you so much for your help, Mr. Milho Frito. I would never have been able to pull this off because, again, with the designs here, the the signatures, he was the one that decided, why don't we add some colour to it? Initially, it was just black and white. All signatures I brought in were black and white. But he thought, you know what? I can make it look like graffiti. I can add some extra style to it, an extra bit of colour. And my word, look at how it turned out. Let's now get a good look on the sides. Yeah. Get a good look at all these fun, creative designs for signatures these skin creators have. Like, who'd have guessed? Skin creators are creative? Oh my word. But yeah, which one's your favourite? You can comment below for that as well. Very cool, lovely, artistic pieces of signatures. Yes, yes. Now looking at the back, obviously we have the lovely text here, the lovely message, but we also have a few more references. So, stars aligned with some with some unfortunate news for some people. RIP Skinbox. It's gone. It's gone. Oh no. Oh dear. What's happened? Well, I mean, obviously Facepunch wasn't happy with it. But now, in every server, people are desperate for skins. And for you Ruskin enjoyers, you have a job to do. You can distribute your skins in this vending machine. You can make some sweet, delicious looking profit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The perfect vending machine for you. And also we have some extra little messages here. Supply, demand, profit. It's telling you what to do. Don't be too risky. You might make a loss. Oh no. So in regards to the text there, the nice scratched in design, thank you very much to Trackma. He's the man who's been helping me out with a lot of thumbnails over the past year, edits to videos. He did that for me, like, short, like, I asked for it and he did it very quickly. I'm very grateful for that. And also for the idea of even putting text here, like supply, demand, and profit, references to, of course, investing. Thank you very much, Micro. That was your idea. And you know what? I have to sit here and say, thank you to Micro for all the help that you gave me in regards to learning how to use camera work and whatnot in Rust. If you didn't put the time in to teach this idiot how it all works, I would never have been able to showcase skins to the best of my ability, and chances are I'd have never even got to this point to have a Twitch drop right here in front of me, showcasing to everybody. So thank you very much, good sir. Thank you for putting up with me. Now, at night time, let's get a quick look. Just to quickly confirm, both of the backs are the same on both vending machines. And yeah, initially I realised, yeah, it was all dark. You couldn't see anything. With the little bit of space here, Milho pointed out to me, and I was like, well, we could stick a little hedge there. We'll make it glow. And well, now at the very least at night time, you know exactly where to go if you need to refill that with some lovely stock. And over to here, get a good look at all the signatures with their lovely glow-in-the-dark colours. Some very cool designs once again with the signatures. Let's slowly pan up, get a good look at all of that. And as I said, pick out the signature you think looks most fun, creative. Yes. Right then. So, I tried to be selfless. I tried to not have any branding on it or anything. Of course, we have it in the back, and I thought that's fine. But some people are like, well, come on, Hedge, you got to have something at the very least. And I was like, all right, fine. So I asked Milho, hey, do you reckon you could put my logo hidden away on the top? When it comes to vending machines, you're rarely ever looking on the top, are you? But yeah, get a good look at that engraved, lovely looking design of my logo. Now, you know, it would have Hedge on the top, and you'll see that right there over there. Yep. And I was like, nah, we don't need my name there. People will look at that and they'll know. So yeah, I hope you liked all the fun little references, the jokes, the little hidden Easter eggs. In fact, right now, there's another super hidden Easter egg right here in front of you, and I don't think you can see it. Well, that's something for you to find out. That is the version 1. Let's now go over and look at version 2. So it's a very straightforward design, but a slight change. Look at that. We put the hedge right there in the little hat, like the door flap thing. What is it called? I don't know. Comment below what the actual answer is. And we made sure we put 2 moths on him as well. We have to make sure he suffers. But it makes sense because it glows. And moths like light. And if you're wondering, well, where did you put all the signatures? Well, of course, they're over here. Wow. Do you like it this way? Do you prefer version 1 or do you prefer version 2? This is now where I ask you, comment below, You could just put V1, V2. That counts as a vote, I'm sure. So far, a lot of people prefer version 1 over here. They say it's a whole lot more cohesive. Sticking with its overall design a lot more fluidly. This one, the big green bit at the bottom kind of stands out. But then again, I think a lot of people do appreciate that. So, yeah, sure, your opinion now. I need you to tell me what you think. Because I want to make sure you get a skin that you actually want to get for free. After listening to me for at least 2 hours. Oh, imagine that. Ooh. So, yeah, okay, cool. You get the idea. I'll sit here and say thank you so much to all the viewers. Like, the past few years, I've just been yapping away, showcasing skins, showcasing all these skin creators' work, There's a reason for this, but yeah. Thank you to all the skin creators. Thank you to all the viewers. And once again, thank you very much to Mr. Milho Frito for making this for me. I'm so sorry about all the little changes I kept bringing up. I'm so sorry, but it came out nice. Props to you, the pants and the many other collections and whatnot. So one final word. Looking at the lovely message at the back once again. Thank you so much for all the hard work that you put in. Well, most of you, I'm sure. Making your skins over the past decade. Let's sit here and say, let's look forward to the next 10 years of Ruskins. Who knows what we're going to see next? Unless we get Rust 2. Face Punch, you're going to stand in and answer that. Are we getting Rust 2? I don't know. Run away. Bye.